Have you ever avoided the gym because you're too self-conscious to go? Scared because someone might be judging you for how you look? Or scared because someone might be judging you for doing something incorrectly? Yeah, this used to be me. When I was younger, I used to be so awkward and insecure with the way I looked. And I knew that in order to be better, I had to go to the gym. But I was so uncomfortable with it. I had extreme gym shyness and anxiety, and it took me so many years of practice and baby steps to get out of this fear. I see so many people online giving gym advice like, "Nobody cares what you look like. People are too busy caring about themselves." And yes, it's true. People are too busy caring about themselves to care about you. But even if they don't care about you, they still have eyeballs and they still have a peripheral vision. They can still physically see you if they're standing 2 feet away from you. I think the real question isn't, do people actually care? The real question is, yes, people can see you and they may or may not judge you depending on whether they are an asshole or whether they're a good person on the inside. But that's not something that you can control. The better question to ask is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to let the fact that they may or may not judge you stop you from showing up for yourself and improving and being the person that you want to be? Hi friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Alice and I am a holistic weight loss coach. I'm not your typical weight loss coach though. I am actually a CPA with a background in management consulting and finance. More on that another time. I have worked with hundreds of my own clients to lose weight and gain confidence, and I absolutely love what I do. And in today's video, I want to give you my best tips for gym shyness from a former gym shy girl. When I first started going to the gym many moons ago, I was so anxious. I'm also a little bit more introverted, so making friends at the gym is not really my thing. I also had really bad acne back then, so the combination of those three things is kind of killer. But I also had the same personality, which is if I decide that I'm going to do something, I'm going to find a way or make a way, and I will not accept any other outcome until I have it. The first tip is that mustering the courage to go to the gym is the first thing that you need to do. Even if that means going and not really getting anything done productively, at least you went. Here's a quote that I really like. I would rather be the dumbest person in a room full of people that are smarter than me than be the smartest person in the room. When I am in a room full of people that are smarter than me, I think to myself, how lucky am I to learn from these people and be surrounded by these people? On the contrary, if you are the smartest person in a room, then there is nothing for you in that room other than to satisfy your own ego, which personally I have no interest in. That is a way of thinking that you can apply to the gym. Think of it as an opportunity for you to be better, for you to learn from other people that have something that you don't have. At this point in my life, I only want to be around people that have something that I don't have that can teach me how to get what I want. The next tip is to work out at home until you have the confidence to go to the gym. All you need are a set of dumbbells that you can get off Amazon to get started. You can start by practicing your form in front of a mirror. Obviously, there are limitations with home gyms. There's only so much that you can do at home, but it is a great starting point. Practice a couple of moves in front of the gym, make sure your form is good, and then once you get confident enough, go to the gym and just do those things. Do the things that you already know how to do. And then over time, you can muster up the courage to try new machines. Maybe try one machine at a time. Self-confidence, including physical confidence, is built and earned through incremental actions. The next tip is to go to a 24/7 gym and go during odd hours when it's less busy. This is a very practical tip. When I first started going to the gym, I found one that was 24/7, that was kind of far from where I live, but I knew that people that I knew wouldn't be there. And I also went at 10 o'clock at night because there was no one there and I had the whole gym to myself. That's actually the period of life when I learned and mastered the gym because it was basically my gym because there was nobody there. Granted, if I were to use the same mindset today as a busy mom with a family and a business, I would probably have to go first thing in the morning at 5 or 6 to make it work. Or I would sneak in some time during the lunch hour. And if it's important to you, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. If you still think that you don't have time, here's a tip. Check the screen time app on your phone. There, I just helped you find some time. But going back to odd hours, when the gym is dead, you can do whatever you want, however you want. You can spend all the time that you need there to figure out the machines, how they work, make all the mistakes that you're gonna make. It's amazing. Next tip is to find a gym or go to a gym that's less intimidating. So if you're brand new to the gym, you probably don't want to go to a Gold's Gym at 5:30 on a Monday night. Even nowadays, when I'm at the gym and I'm working out around people that are super buff, it is still a little bit uncomfortable to me because discomfort or being uncomfortable is always relative to you. It never goes away, you just learn how to deal with it better. Super practical tip, but for a less intimidating gym, you can go to a local community center. The environment there is usually far less intimidating than one of the chain gyms. They're usually a little bit more run down, but I think it's a great place to get started. Next tip is for girls. If you're a woman, start by going to an all-women's gym if there's one near you. They are fantastic and they give you extra privacy and comfort. All of the weights and the equipment there are usually adjusted to size, depending on where you go, and the increments on the machines are usually 5 pounds instead of 10 pounds, which makes it easier to work your way up to. Some gyms don't have 7.5 pound dumbbells, right? It's either 5 pound or 10 pound. But when you go to a women's gym, sometimes they'll have 7.5 pounds or 8 pounds. Because going from a 5 pound dumbbell to a 10 pound dumbbell can sometimes be like, whoa. Next tip is to take your weights and go into a quieter section of the gym where there is privacy. So a lot of gyms will have a class section that isn't always being used. If you don't want to be caught in the middle spotlight of the gym during rush hour when it's the busiest, then take your dumbbells and your barbells and go to another section of the room where you have your space and people aren't right on your nose. So if you're at the gym but you're not really ready to do your own thing yet, then you can take your equipment, your mat and your dumbbells, take it to a private or a quieter area of the gym, and then follow a workout routine on YouTube. And yeah, you can do that at home as well, but the whole point is for you to build confidence to go to the gym. So I think that's a good starting point, just to do it there. Next tip is to go with a friend or make friends. This is probably the easiest way to conquer gym fear, and that's to go with somebody who knows what they're doing or who knows a little bit more than you, so they can teach you or show you things. But hey, even if you go with someone and neither of you guys know what to do, at least it's a little bit more fun. You can figure it out together. Better to shoot in the dark with somebody else than to do it by yourself. Just remember that most people at the gym are pretty friendly, they are willing to help you if you ask, and they generally are too busy caring about other people to care about you. Next are noise canceling headphones, so you can get into your zone. When you play music that you love and you're just kind of in your zone and doing your own thing, eventually you don't really see the people around you and what they're doing. You just focus on yourself. Next tip is to take it one step at a time. You don't have to master every piece of equipment at the same time. Do your research on what each piece of equipment does, do your homework and study what other people are doing when they're using the machine and how they're using it, and just focus on baby steps and baby goals for yourself. So maybe for this session, you're just gonna focus on learning one machine or 2 machines, and then the next time you go, you'll conquer another one, and you just keep doing that until you become more and more comfortable. Next tip is to make sure that you always go to the gym with some sort of written plan on your phone. When you first start going, it can feel super overwhelming if you don't really have a plan, because you don't really know what to do first and what to do next. So if you're on your own and you're figuring things out, then I recommend drafting your workout in the Notes app on your phone before you go mentally, and just kind of like plan out what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it. If you're lucky, then the gym might be more free that day or the time that you're going, and then you can play around with it, while no one's around, but always go in with some sort of plan. Bonus tip I have for you is actually a book recommendation, Total Recall by Arnold Schwarzenegger. It is such a good book. I highly recommend that you read it. Read it whether or not you want to be a bodybuilder, whether or not you agree with his politics or like his movies or not. That book is written by a man who went from nothing to something, and it is an incredible book. There is something in that book for everyone to learn, but specifically if you're looking to get better at the gym, this is a really good book. The way he thinks and approaches situations and how he picks himself up after he screws up, there are so many things to learn from him. It is such a beautiful story. I highly recommend that you read it. It has definitely changed my life. If you're watching this video today and you're enjoying it, I do have a bunch of free resources down in the description box below. If you're on a keto diet or carnivore diet or just looking for general muscle building and gym advice, check out the description link below. If you liked this video today, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and I think you'll like another video of mine, which is how to stop self-sabotage. So if you find yourself setting goals like telling yourself that you're gonna go to the gym, but then not really committing to it, and sometimes you self-sabotage, then check out that video. I will leave it up top on the screen here. Let me know down in the comments below what your tips are for other people who are just starting out at the gym or where you're at in your fitness journey. Until next time.